left a career in behavioral health to head Child and Family Resources, which had a reputation as an innovative child welfare and early childhood education organization. But so many child welfare organizations began with residential treatment services and have evolved or striving to do community services and prevention. Unlike them, Child and Family Resources, which is 45 years old, that's a very long time here out west, never had any history of providing residential care. In fact, we did very little treatment services. We lived in the prevention, early intervention, early childhood education world, right from the get-go. In fact, a part of our mission statement says that we work in homes and communities. Over the last few years, we've come to realize, like so many, that despite all the money that's being spent, we haven't really moved the needle on child well-being and reducing poverty. In fact, Arizona is getting worse. We started to realize that the best way to ensure a better future for the next generation is to focus on prevention and early intervention. We began to look at what are the best strategies to reduce poverty, reduce substance abuse, reduce child abuse, reduce teen pregnancy. And the answers came by realizing that we've got to focus on ensuring a strong start to life. The evidence and the return on investment literature confirm that there are three effective strategies: home visitation and family support, what we call helping families succeed, and then a scope of services that ensures that children enter school ready to excel, making sure that we can reduce the school dropout rate and that more kids can succeed at the K-12 level when they get there. And then thirdly, that we target teens at risk before the cycle can begin anew. And that's exactly where Child and Family Resources now finds itself and what describes our work. But the question has then come up, are we a child welfare organization anymore? Few of the 22,000 plus people that we touch across Arizona are actually in the child welfare system or behavioral health system. We're about keeping them out, keeping people away from child protective services, averting the need for behavioral health services. So we're on this journey away from seeing ourselves as a traditional or even a non-traditional child welfare organization into something new. And we're purposely turning down contracts that are more on the treatment side. We're focusing on strategies and services that promote family success, prevent child abuse, enhance early childhood education, and strategically partner with teens at risk. So the innovation, and in fact a somewhat scary step, is that we're realizing that we're moving away from a focus on the current generation. And our emphasis now is on ensuring that the next generation is able to succeed. This has led to several challenges, several interesting evolutions within the organization. How do we create a streamlined, coordinated system of services when we come from a history of a large nonprofit with a group of individual programs, each with their own outcomes and cultures? How do we get all staff to work together to integrate all our separate programs and separate impacts? And we're struggling now with figuring out the best ways to collectively measure the impacts that we're having on moving the needle here in Arizona. And so we're left with one conundrum. If we really do believe that every dollar spent on prevention and early intervention saves from $7 to $17 by averting later downstream costs, you've heard it, and you know this, dropout costs, substance abuse treatment, prison costs, TANF. We can avert those things. The research confirms it. But we have to stop spending all of our money as a society, all of our resources on tertiary care. How do we change this paradigm? That is the dilemma. We've got to spend more of our precious resources on prevention and early intervention.